Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at crypto.com, ticker CRO against USDT. So a great project, and this is one of the projects that I have bought into in my trading series where I try to make $5,000 out of a $500 investment. So that's a different video, but right now we are on the weekly chart. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. So we're on the weekly chart and we have started making this bullish cross on the weekly. So the 20 EMA, the yellow line, is crossing above the 55. And as you can see, the price action is staying above the 20 EMA, which means we are in an uptrend. Also, I do want to point out that we have this incredible head and shoulders pattern, and we do have a target out of that pattern, and I'm going to show it to you right now. But before doing that, I do want to jump into the RSI. So on the RSI, as you can see, we have peaked out at March 15th, and that was around about 25 cents, but we have been much higher previously at 33 cents over here, and we actually have wicked all the way up to $2, but I'm not counting that into this TA. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe that was some sort of a listing. I don't know exactly. If you know, do let me know. I haven't researched this event. But yeah, I do own some crypto.com tokens there on my KuCoin account where I'm currently in that trading series. So let's take a look at the head and shoulders pattern. So I do have this Fibonacci retracement just so we can see our target where there we go, the second Fibonacci level. I'm gonna mark that off. So this is going to be our target. As you know, we're targeting the second level, the second fib level on all our cryptos. And this is a conservative pick in my opinion, but I do like to stay conservative because it's better to sell early and and see your project do better rather than sell late when you're correcting down. So yeah, that's just my philosophy. So obviously you can see this head and shoulders pattern that I have uh, highlighted over here. So this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And the target out of that is from the neckline. I take a trend line, and basically you take a trend line, start it where the neckline is, all the way to the bottom of the head, and this is where the head is. You take that trend line and you place it wherever you think the breakout can occur. And obviously, we still don't have the breakout. The breakout will be when the price action, when the price action moves towards this trend line, breaks it, retests it as support, hopefully, and then starts moving in. And this is our target over here, pretty much the 1.272. We're just going to be a bit conservative over here, like I said. And yeah, this is going to be our target over here. This does, co-align with the Fibonacci level, which is great. So yeah, this is our head and shoulders. This is what we're targeting, guys. Looking very bullish on CRO. It hasn't even made any big sort of moves. It's not. It is though, getting a lot of attention. I do see it popping up everywhere. Their marketing is, it's really great. So yeah, we're gonna remove the Fibonacci retracement right now. As you can see, we still do have a couple of levels above us, and at 74, pretty much 75 cents. So if it does get there, great. But I would suggest to start taking profits a bit earlier. So yeah, and this highlighted over here is the supply zone. This is the 0.22 cents and 19 cents, pretty much 20 cents. This is where the major resistance levels are. So potentially you can start, sell a bit of your tokens here at 19 cents, 20 cents, because what can end up happening is we start coming up and get rejected from here back down, and potentially we can even come back to this trend line. Bitcoin decides to correct a bit. So, that would be nice, but we can even come back higher and just get rejected from this higher level of that rectangle. But just keep in mind that these levels over here, these prices are something to keep an eye on. These would be great selling opportunities, 23 cents or 22.95 and 19.89 cents. Keep these prices in mind. And I have drawn out another fib level over here on the 1 hourly chart. We're going to take a look at that a bit later. We do have a cup and handle pattern playing out over there. And you can see this trend line over here. We're adhering to this trend line. So potentially you could have a little bounce or a wick, just like you had over here, to this trend line, and you can buy off of it. So potentially, if we were to correct a bit on Bitcoin, obviously the alts would follow, and you could look at something like, 13 cents wick, or maybe, around 13 or 12.5 cents. So this would be your wick over here. So keep that in mind. That is something that potentially may happen because, as you can see, we have been adhering to this trend line. Okay, now let's move into the smaller time frames, if you will. Okay, now moving into the daily chart. As you can see, this is where the trend line is, and it's a bit off. I do apologize. Let's just try to correct it. Yep, just like that. So, yep, let's just. Yep. Okay, I'm a perfectionist. I do apologize. I like these things to be perfectly aligned with the wicks just so I can be as accurate as possible. Jumping into the RSI, so straight off the bat, I am noticing this trend line as well. So as you can see, this is when we have the wicks on the price action pretty much. Actually, no, I do apologize. No, completely two different times. But if you get a wick off of this trend line, that would be a great place to have some money ready for a buy order over here, because as you can see, each time after we get a bounce off of this trend line, we have a strong move towards the upside. So keep that in mind. Keep this trend line in mind. Have this drawn out on your charts. But on the daily chart, as you can see, we're pretty much having a bullish cross over here. As you can see, the 20 EMA crossed above the 55. That is called a bullish cross, a golden cross, whatever you want to call it. And we're adhering to the 20 EMA over here, as you can see, which is great. So another way you can start buying or dollar cost averaging is just buying off the 20 EMA. As you can see, we just had did we have a bounce over here? Yeah, we did have a bit of a bounce over here, but we're starting above the 20 EMA, which is great. You want to stay above the 20 EMA, and you want to hold it as support. If you get too overextended, you can potentially lose it and go back and retest the 55. So yeah, this is looking very bullish on the daily chart as well. Let's take a look at the 4 hourly and the hourly charts. Okay, so why is this here? Trend line. So you can see on the 4 hourly chart, we potentially may have some sort of a up and handle pattern over here. And the target from this pattern would be the 1.272 on this little Fibonacci retracement that I have. Basically, it's set up from this high over here, local high at 16.5 cents, all the way down to 14.60 cents. 14.60 cents. So, and our target from that is this 272 on the fib. Remove that. So this would be our target at the minute out of this cup and handle, if it does play out like a cup and handle, guys. Keep that in mind. For it to be a cup and handle, we need to get rejected from this trend line, from this resistance, come back down, have a little corrective, have a little retracement wave, and then we can break this high and potentially start getting up to our targets. Because if we do break this trend line right now, then that's not a cup and handle pattern. The cup and handle consists of a cup and handle, hence the name, obviously. But because if you were to come back down, there are two levels below you that could hold support: the 0.5 at 15 cents 33, or the 382 at 15 cents 31. So have those two buying orders because potentially it can wick down there while you're asleep, and then the price could start coming back up, which would be very good because the cup and handle pattern is a bullish pattern. So yeah, for those who don't see a cup, basically this round movement of the price is the cup, and you get rejected off of the trend line, you come back down, create this little handle, and then you come back up. Uh, the handle can be as big as you'd like. Sometimes the handles are a bit big. Obviously, if the handle is as big as the cup itself, that's not a cup and handle pattern. So yeah, you want to see something like this and potentially retest, and then start climbing back up because CRO is moving smoothly through the levels. It's not getting overextended, which I like. So this is a very good project to start dollar cost averaging into. So yeah, keep that in mind. Another trend line over here, this nice support zone that we have going on. So potentially you may see a bounce off this trend line if we start correcting. So there is just trend lines within trend lines. We're gonna remove this. Actually, no, let me just keep that fib just in case because uh, we may need it in the future. I'm just gonna start doing updates on CRO a bit more often, and I do like the project. Let's see this trend line over here that we have as well. Yeah, so this is a bit better. So we do have this trend line over here. I apologize. So yeah, this is just a bigger trend line. So as you can see, we're adhering to it. It's looking good, to be honest with you. It's looking great. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go and take a look at some other indicators that I have. So we're on the weekly chart. Here is our MACD, our RSI, and our stochastic RSI. So on the MACD, we have made a bullish cross below the histogram. That's always bullish. That is the confirmation of our uptrend. On the stochastic RSI, we're starting to come up above the 80 level on the stochastic RSI. So potentially we may start getting a bit overbought and you may see a rollover. So that is something to keep an eye on. So maybe hold off just a bit and see if we do have a correction. The RSI is looking very bullish, having continuous higher highs and higher lows. So it's looking great, as you can see. And let's jump into the daily chart. Check out what's going on over there. So on the daily chart, we're getting rejected on the RSI from this level. Potentially, if we start coming back up and we have a little bounce off this level, then that is a little signal that's going to show you where you can sell. So if we come back up, you sell over there, you just wait for a little pullback, and then you buy back in, because effectively on the daily chart, we are in a downtrend on the RSI because we're making constant lower highs and higher lows. So keep that in mind, we are effectively in a downtrend. And if I were to pull down RSI a bit, apologize, just like that. I'm just gonna check if we have any divergences. Yeah, we do have a bearish divergence, on the, yeah, pretty much as you can see over here. Higher highs and higher lows on the price action and lower highs and lower lows on the RSI. So this screams pullback to me, but that doesn't mean that it has to happen. The MACD is showing us a bearish cross, confirming the downtrend. That's another factor to keep in mind. And also the stochastic RSI is in a downtrend as well. We're making lower highs each time over here, as you can see. Take a look. High, lower high, lower high. So yeah, potentially we're coming back down. You may end up bottoming out over here, coming back and hitting this trend line and coming back up as again until we break it and start that strong impulsive wave. But this is just theory based. But the downtrend on the RSI is a nice indicator because we are in this upward channel on the daily chart, as you can see. But we may just fall back down, and I am going to give you some nice support levels over here to buy back into CRO, guys, because we may start correcting and you do want to have your levels on. So At 12 cents is a nice support level that we have over here. As you can see, it was tested as resistance multiple times, but now we do have it as support, and we may come back down there. The 55 EMA, obviously 13 cents 63 is a nice place to buy some CRO tokens. So keep that in mind. Always buy the EMAs retest, and always buy the support retests. Okay, and let me just give you some nice Fibonacci levels as well. We peaked out over here. This is from the bottom. And we have peaked out, and we're yet to come back to the 618 on the fib. So a bit annoying, some of the footage got cut out and it didn't record basically, but I did have the fib up. Okay, so this would be your demand zone. This would be where, I would buy most of my CRO tokens in between 10 cents, 14, and 7 cents, pretty much 8 cents. So this little range over here is where you want to be buying. We do have the 618 sitting at 13.18, and we do have another support level over here at 11, pretty much 12 cents. We do have a nice resistance level over here at 16.40. That is where we wicked off and started our move towards the 20 EMA. Obviously, look for the 55 EMA to buy into the project as well. And 1975 is another strong support level over here. Let me just correct that a bit. Yep, pretty much 20 cents, roughly 20 cents is what you're looking at. But right now, if you buy in right now to the peak over here, is 71% trade, and to the peak over here, which I'm sure almost none of you catched or caught. I do apologize. Catched. Wow, proper English. 131%. Yeah, 131%. So it's looking great, and I do expect this project to do very well. You do have all your levels, all the important levels that you need. It's going to get rid of the trend lines. Yeah, if we do end up coming back down, it's great, but we're trading in this channel over here, in this upward channel. We may break down if we lose this support. So be careful buying in right now, hoping for a quick trade. I would just recommend dollar cost averaging into this project. So yeah, divergences on the RSI pointing towards a downtrend, bearish cross on the MACD. That's pretty much it, guys. Don't want to be dragging on this video for too long. Let me just get into the indicators on the 4-hourly chart real quick. I do want to make a full breakdown, a fundamental breakdown on CRO. So potentially we do have some upside potential on the stochastic RSI. As you can see, we can just come up over here and get overextended on there. Okay, the MACD is showing us a bullish cross, confirming an uptrend on the 4-hourly chart. So the 4-hourly chart is not the best chart for long term, but if you're looking for short term trades, then yeah, you potentially can get into a trade right now and be successful, and just wait for the RSI over here to come up to the overbought. That's where you sell, bang, and you wait for a retracement. That would be a nice trade right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't want to be dragging on for too long. Give you some nice options to trade, give you some nice buying opportunities, nice selling opportunities as well. I may try to do updates on this project once in a week. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye and good night.